Hi everyone, myself AnwerSayeed. I'm currently a final year student, computer science student here at NIT Durgapur. So last year I was a mentee at Google Summer of Code. This year I'm mentoring. Uh, just yesterday, the application for Google Summer of Code was over. A lot of students from our college participated. I can see that. So I'll be dealing not just for Google Summer of Code. I'll be dealing some of the most common questions about open source, what students face or what I faced, and I was searching answers for those questions, but it took a lot of time to get to the answer. So I'll be dealing some of the quick questions. Most of the things you can find in YouTube videos. So I'll be covering some insider information. Those who don't know, Google Summer of Code, GSOC, it is a prestigious global program. It has a heavy stipends, like selection criteria is a lot different. It takes a different kind of strategy because when you are applying for the when the application period is there, uh, so students there is no interview kind of thing. So it is mostly you are writing proposal, communicating with people who are working in different time zones, who are currently present in other countries. So uh, the selection criteria is a lot different. So I'll be taking some quick questions. It will be one by one. So I have compiled all the videos together. And if at the end I'll tell you how you guys can communicate with me or get any suggestions or ideas, some personal feedback, those kinds of things. So let me start with the first question. All right, so let's take our first question. Why take part in open source or Google Summer of Code? So let me tell you, whoever is listening to you, almost everyone among you is eligible, irrespective of branch, irrespective of year, you are eligible for open source or Google Summer of Code. So you don't need to worry about that. You get to work with people across the globe. People are working in different time zones, and when meetings happen, sometimes it's it, it's going to be a deep night for somebody, or it's going to be morning for you. So it's interesting when working in open source with people across the globe. Sometimes you get interview chances directly from big companies like Microsoft into it. As companies are openly promoting open source, they have some libraries which they took to open source. You can anytime go and contribute to those repositories. You get in touch with the maintainers of those repositories, and with those connections you can get your interview chance, and you will be able to work in big companies. As people are from in open source organizations are from different parts of the world, so they sometimes you get to see some innovative solutions, and it will make you, or as if you are a software engineer, it will make you really happy to see such solutions actually working in real world projects. Once you are part of an organization, you help them in other programs. For my organization, the Palisados Foundation, it runs its own program, the Calico Challenge for the students of Jamaica. Students there are not very much familiar with the software industry, so job opportunities are there, but the number of applicants, no applicant is there because they are not familiar. So we are helping the poor students in Jamaica uh, to learn them, to making software with them, guiding them. So it's like working for good. In open source, there is no deadline. You can work at your own pace. Nobody is going to push you that, "Oh, why haven't you submitted this code yet?" So you just get yourself assigned an issue and work in your free time. Your GitHub profile gets strong when you are applying for if even if you are a fresher, if you are working in a company, when switching a company, your GitHub profile uh, is a thing that people actually see. So open source makes helps your GitHub profile to make strong. You get acknowledged by industry standard people. You learn how to pitch yourself in groups that is completely to you. It has sometimes happened to me that I'm in a meeting in some open source organizations. Almost everybody is strange to each other, but they are pitching ideas and we are actually listening to them. And when I give my opinions or I give my ideas, everybody listens to it, and actually people work if your idea is good. So once if you are a part of an uh, some open source, big open source organization, if you are a part of Google Summer of Code, as it is a prestigious program, so you can build your own community in your college. People will know you, so you can build your own community, promote these programs in your college, and you are ever engaged in open source. You are ever engaged. It makes you a sane person. You will not feel lonely in a good organization. And apart from with these advantages, there is no stress. No stress is there, and you can see your contributions working in real world. You can earn too while working as an open source contributor in some organizations, like if that organization has participated in some programs, then the mentors who are guiding their mentees who will be selected through applications, mentors and mentees, everybody is provided some, you get some money as well, but that should not be the target, obviously. But there are chances, if somebody is facing some financial issue, they can you can always come. And so I think these are the enough advantages why you should take part in open source or some big open source organizations like Outreachy and Google Summer of Code. All right, moving on to the next question: what technology should you learn and at what level? Any technology, whatever you know, whether it be C++, Java, Kotlin, Flutter, Node.js, TypeScript, GitHub, Actions, anything, anything, whatever you know, there is some project in some organization where you can contribute, where your code is needed. So there you need to just find an open source organization that is suitable to you. You can contribute at any level. So to get started, you can contribute at levels like fixing the typos. There are some linting issues, or version upgrading, or grammatical errors to get started with an organization. When you will fix these kinds of things, you will get to know who are the maintainers of the repository or who is active in this open source organization, and you communicate with him. And before like you start, I'll tell you like how to find an open source organization. In every open source repository, there is a file that is contributing.md, installation.md. Okay, almost every repository will have these two files. So contributing.md will tell you the rules, and how exactly you can contribute or you get started with that organization. The installation.md will tell you how to install that code base, compile it, build it to actually run that software in your local system. Whatever you will change, you can experiment with the code base, and you will get to see that it is getting reflected in the software that is being generated. But if you want to get selected, open source contribution is easy. But if you wish to be selected as an applicant in some open source organization that has a heavy stipend, like Outreachy or Google Summer of Code, then you must know some technology at a decent level. Uh, First, what I would suggest, you can always contribute to open source organizations, but if you need to take part, and you are a beginner and you need to take part in some programs that has a stipend associated, because it gives a little motivation. What you need to do, you need to generate this habit that पहले completely सीख लूंगा फिर start करूंगा, तो this thing is not going to work. You need to work along with learning. Learning with experimenting is the only way. Okay, so if you have a basic understanding of some technology, go and find some repository to contribute. And one thing that I would suggest personally is that learning from YouTube is a good thing, but with time, if you are continuously learning from YouTube videos, because I'm telling you, for everything in the world, there is not necessary that there is a YouTube video available, right? So and the repository, some libraries or repositories keeps getting updated. So make this habit to actually read the documentation page, the docs page for some library, apart from seeing videos and learning. So if you get this habit, that you are actually that you can read the documentation and implement some library, that is the best thing that will happen to you. Okay, so I'll be moving on to the next question. Okay, so as I am a GSOC mentor, so I'll be taking this question is how to get started for open source or for Google Summer of Code the exact way. So what's the formula? So the best formula is go to the GSOC website, find organizations that are being selected each year for this program. This tells you which organization is active, and you may expect a quick response from the maintainers. So that is a trick. The next thing is once you find an organization, read its contributed MD file. It contains all your queries about how to build that software from the code base and how to get started in that particular organization. There are some typos. There are Organization has its own YouTube channel where they may have explained everything, or I can help you as I am in contact with some people from different organization. So if you really need help, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So I'll exactly tell you. And if you want to contribute into my organization that I am a member in the Palisados Foundation, you can reach me anytime. I'll help you get assigned your first issue as well. Okay, so if you will ask me, is there any shortcut to get selected in a program? Yes, there is. There is a shortcut. Make your own organization and get it selected. Okay, okay. So there is a small trick as well. If you want to just get selected for Google Summer of Code for organization that is small or big, if it does not matter for you, so find small organizations that has been selected for the first or the second time. So such organizations really welcome new contributors as they will be working on projects from scratch. You don't have to look on other people's messy code base. Uh, Once the application period for a program starts, so uh, continuously communicate with the maintainer, with the mentor frequently, few months before the application deadline. Yes, few months. As I told you, the selection criteria is a little different. So you need to be in contact with the mentors. Not always. Like in my case, when I was selected the first time, it was just a month back. I started talking with the mentors. So write good and clean, detailed proposal, take suggestions from the mentors. And there is one thing that you can do where I have seen that when students are actually selected, when a student is when students want to get selected in an organization, suppose that. So what he is doing, he is helping other applicants on the organization's public channel where mentors could see you. So this gives a very nice impression over the mentor's eyes, and you will have maximum chances to get selected. All right, so coming to the last part, where I'll be sharing my personal views. Uh, okay, so there are some students who are in need of money. I'm not promoting the stipend, but for GSOC, if you don't know, it is $3,000. So you can calculate how much it is in rupees. For Outreachy, it's more than 6,000, say $7,000. Google Season of Docs, who are not very much proficient in writing code, they can take part in Google Season of Docs. It also has a very good heavy stipend. So I'm currently on LinkedIn as AnwerSayeed. You can reach out to me there. I can help you to get started in my organization in the Palisados Foundation. I can help you to get your first issue assigned. My organization takes part in all open source programs. I can help you make your bonding as well as your proposal strong. I'm also trying to build my very own community that is the Code Educate, but I need your feedback on the platform that I should use to communicate with the students here. I tried Discord, but some students were not very good with Discord. They were not understanding what exactly to do. So that went not very good. So the goal that I have in mind that I should have, or we should have, whoever volunteers that I'll be working with, that we should have our very own recognized open source organization. I have this vision. I need volunteers. We will take part together as mentors in famous in such programs. So apart from recognized programs, we'll also have our own program for NIT Durgapur for first and second years, where senior volunteers can assign issues to juniors, making their profile strong. Whoever is interested, please reach out to me on LinkedIn or any other platform that we will use in the future. So today in the tech industry, as you all know, people are losing their jobs. You cannot imagine the stress that people have here. The GitHub India team got laid off completely, and who knows what's coming in the future. I would suggest wherever you think you can engage yourself professionally, do it. Go for startups and never be afraid to ask help from your seniors. We are always here for you. Thank you.